Hey guys, so this is part 2 of the loading the cartridge video. Just to recap, what's happened so far is we've removed the old cartridge, put the empty one in, and then we filled it with insulin. What is to come? Probably filling the tubing and finishing off the process. Alright, here we go. Okay. Now it says, make sure the set is disconnected from your body and securely connect the tubing to your cartridge. Press next to fill your tubing with insulin. I'm going to do that. I'm going to connect some tubing. If you don't want to sit here and watch the insulin go through the tubing, that's totally fine. You should probably fast forward because it's about to happen. It's about to be the thing that happens, and I don't want to bore you. Because I'll be honest, this part of the process takes a weirdly long time. But it's fine because it's a super pump and it's totally worth it. And it's not even that long. You know, we're just all so spoiled. So I just took off this tubing hilariously, weirdly, I don't know. Okay, so this lure lock, as you can see, it's like offset from the pump, which is so nice because on my Deltec Cosmo over here, my old pump, it used to pop up and then that like pokes me when I'm, you know, living, and that's annoying. So, okay. So we twist this baby on nice and snug. And, oh no, it fell asleep. Oh, we can wake it up and it's still there. Press next to fill your tubing with insulin. Okay, this is the tubing filling screen. And when I hit start, it's going to start cranking some insulin through this tube. What I'm going to tell you is, I'm going to hold the pump upright and hold this pretty straight. Because what it's going to do when it fills this with insulin is it's looking for air in the cartridge and it's expelling that. Like, it finds all the air and then it sends it out first so you're not surprised later when you're just using the pump. And what happens is, like, the first time I did it, the air, I just kind of let it sit and air bubbles were getting caught in this little apparatus, and then I got surprises later. So when you do this, you can kind of watch the bubbles and make sure they actually get through the actual tubing, and then you can, you know, escort them out to the very end. With that said, gonna hit start. Oh, I guess I should, here, I'll let it drip on this. Gonna hit start. Sorry guys. My pump's asleep. Start. Starting fill. There's some little bubbles, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can't. Should have put this against some black paper. But there are little tiny bubbles. Just sending it up. Well, while we do this, maybe I can chit-chat with you guys. One-sided conversation. Those are fun. I hope that you guys are watching these because maybe you're thinking about getting a T-Slim. I love it. I think it's superb. And I'm pretty picky when it comes to pumps. Like, I was on my Deltec Cosmo the first time I ever started pumping until, I guess, like 9 years later. Because I didn't like anything else. And that's because pumps got to be great if you're going to wear it all the time. And I think this definitely meets the criteria. So, if you were wondering, I do really love this pump. Okay, let's see. Fun facts. I love dogs. Dogs are great. You know, man's best friend and all that. Who doesn't love dogs? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There are people. Alright, so you can see there's like some air bubbles gathering, so I'm just going to flick it, maybe encourage them to go on their way. Yes. Gosh, I'm good. I've had a lot of practice, you guys. This may be taking a lot longer than you anticipated. Let me tell you. That definitely happened to me the first time. I was like, why is this taking so long? But it's just because the T-Slim has a built-in feature where it's not going to deliver a ton of insulin at a time for your safety. So that's pretty good in my book, and I'm willing to go the extra minute and a half. You know what I'm saying? All right, so my bubbles went through for the most part. Or, I mean, I'm watching them. They're in the actual tubing now. There's some. Yeah, you might be able to see them. Getting ready. Couple more. Okay, I just hit stop. And then it stopped. Now I'm gonna do a little check here, see how I'm looking. And I'm so far quite satisfied. Yep. Okay, well, it looks like I'm bubble free. So now the screen says, if you see drops at the end, press done, and I totally did. It also says I used 20.7 units to fill the tubing, which is accurate. That is how much I used, a little more than usual, but I used to use 15 or so units to get through, and the reason it takes more is because I have to get those air bubbles that get caught, I have to get those out, so that's all. All right, I'm done. Now this is the load screen. I've changed the cartridge, I've filled the tubing. The next step is filling the cannula. I'm going to do that, like, I can't reach the camera while I'm plugged in to my pump, so I'm going to do it on the screen, and then when I plug in, I promise I'm going to do it when I plug into my new site, I promise, but you know, you can trust me. So insert the new set and connect the filled tubing. Let's pretend, hit next. And then what happens here is there's a fill amount, and mine's 0.7 units, and then you hit start. And it fills my cannula, and that's pretty quick because 0.7 is not a lot. And then it's done, stopping fill. Super. And now it's going to ask about a site reminder, and you can turn that on or off depending on if you want it to tell you or not. I like it to tell me because I'm a forgetful person. It's set to go off on Sunday, so today is Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday. Yeah, so 3-day alert. You can change that. Oopsie. Oh, I fell asleep. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Come on. Come on. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. Edit reminder. Remind me in 2 days. Let's do 2 days for me. I like 2 days. 6:30 p.m. I'm happy with that. Saturday at 6:30. Okay, so save. Site reminder set. And now I've done everything. So done. Test BG 1 or 2 hours, so make sure it all worked. And then it says, can I resume the insulin? Because it stopped it for the loading process. And we're going to say resume. And now it's doing the basal again. And that's the stuff. That is the process. So this is my T-Slim. Oh, check this out. The cartridge here says plus 240, which totally confused me the first time I used this. Like, why doesn't it tell me that there are 280? Because I put in 300 and used 20 to fill my tubing. But here's how this works. Since the cartridge is not like a giant syringe, like in a lot of pumps, it's a bag. The way that they measure the volume is like the pressure inside and outside the bag. It's physics, and it's complicated. I'm not going to go into it, but it's very different from any other pump. So what it does is it knows that there's more than 240 units in there, and I'm comfortable with that knowledge. So until, like, while it's more than 240 units, it's going to say this. Then when it hits 240, it'll recognize that, and then from 240 units all the way to 40 units, it's going to count in fives, which means that you won't know to the exact unit how much insulin is in your pump, but honestly, it's like not super important information until you start running low, right? So when it hits 40 units, then it counts by ones, and that's fine. And it just means that the pump can read the volume more accurately as there's as there's been insulin in there for longer and there's less and less, so it can be more precise. So that's the business. That's how that works. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm gonna figure out how to turn this off now. Do 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 do. Yeah.